What key insights do you have for like an octogenarian coming down to Puerto Vallarta?
Well, probably bring Viagra. Well, you have to be a little bit inappropriate.
I'm not going to follow up that question. Not going to do it. And that was my dad.
Hey, this is Ada.
And this is Stefan.
And welcome to Living Simply in Mexico.
All right, so today is going to be an interesting one. We're down here for the holidays, high season in Puerto Vallarta. We've done a lot of, like New Year's Eve, Christmas stuff before. So we're going to try to just give you a little snippet of our lives this go around with not really focusing on any one thing. The one thing I did want to talk about, though, is 2024 was a pretty crazy transition year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we, if you don't know, we moved our primary residence to actually Houston to be closer to Puerto Vallarta as we finish up our work lives at some point. Our daughter got accepted to university, but had a start of January. So we're going to go up to New York in January, which is going to be fun right after this trip.
That's going to be like literally day after we we have a layover at home in Houston, and yes,
and then right back into New York City wintertime in January. We've got my crazy father who's down here for the duration of the winter, really. And having his experience has been interesting, and that's one thing. We want to get him conditioned a little bit more to come down here more often. And as you may have known, he was with Audra while we were still working up north. And so if you haven't checked out Audra's video, please do so. So all that being said, let's talk about our experiences here in Puerto Vallarta, and hopefully it'll be of interest to you. And oh, by the way, I do interview with my father, a little Q&A with to end out the video session here. So you may enjoy that.
Good luck.
So my dad, when he flew in, lost his keys. So what are we doing? Finding his keys.
Seeing how far away I am. We're 8 minutes from his keys.
My dad was down here with Audra. Everything was going great, except you noticed something on your iPhone about keys.
Yeah, well, Thanksgiving, he had one of those tiles on his keychain, which are pretty useless because it'd always go off and it never would work. So I got him an Apple tag and I put it on his keychain, an air tag, and I put it on his keychain. Didn't really think anything of it. And so maybe about a few days before we were supposed to leave, I was actually getting some more air tags set up, but I'm looking and I'm like, why is there, we have a little icon of a boat for Francis. Why is there a boat at the PVR airport, and then it showed him at our house? I'm like,
That's not good.
I call up Francis. I'm like, Francis, you know where your keys are? Oh, yeah, they're right exactly where I leave them. I'm like, no. Your keys to your house.
It is in search of keys. How's it looking? Oh, no. Searching for signal. What happens if someone loses something at the airport?
So now I know there is an information kiosk there if you lose something. They're really helpful. So you can, especially, thank you, Carlos. You can go and they will give you an email for the security for the airport. So what you need to do is you actually have to email security. Now, I was sitting there and I said, I'm waiting there for a few minutes, and I'm like, do they respond right away? And they're like,
no.
It depends on if someone's in front of the computer. So it could be minutes, it could be days. About a day and a half later, they responded back and they're like, we don't see it, we don't have it.
No keys.
And I'm like, they're there, they are there. I think I put a screenshot. I said we were within 30 feet. All right, all ended well. Got the keys. Almost didn't get the keys though, even though the air tag was saying that they were here. They weren't with security. Security didn't have them, and luckily I want to give a shout out to Carlos from the information booth. He had suggested talking to the Southwest gate. I talked to them. They were already, there was no one there. They found someone from Southwest. She went back to customs. So I think what happened is he left these on the plane, and somehow Southwest ended up with them. And at any rate, we got our keys back. So that's the adventure of Francis's keys.
I was working, you went and went to a wellness studio, right? Your friend's wellness studio?
My friend Nancy Myers, who has, she used to do retreats in Yalapa, and she's here in PV, and they had to move their studio setup, and now they're in Coloso, so it's like an 8-minute walk, and their official opening is going to be in January, but she gave me a little sneak peek. Sitting over here in Coloso, looks like up and coming neighborhood. I'm on my way over to my good friend Nancy's Alma's little movement studio. It's for those of you who have heard of La Fina, which is a fantastic restaurant just right down the street there in downtown. And there she is. There's Nancy. Hello.
Hi.
So this is a new place, huh?
This is the Real Cuale Wellness Center.
Real Cuale Wellness Center. Awesome. We've got springboards. Oh, all of my favorite things.
We'll have 6 springboards, 6 motors. We're gonna have 6 arcs, and we do yoga, we do Pilates, we do Coraline.
Yeah.
And we have dance classes in the evening. So
Oh, awesome. Cuban dance,
Cuban
right?
dance. Yes, Celis is here from Cuba for a year, so
Uh-huh.
she's doing dance classes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights.
Awesome.
Absolute beginner salsa. If you really don't know how to dance at all, perfect class.
Cool. Do you have a website up? Kind of, are you on?
Real Cuale Wellness Center.
Okay. Okay. So on Facebook, or is it actual actual website?
The website is in the works.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
We're going live with everything in January. As of right now, we're just doing by appointment only.
All right. Awesome. Well, given that there's a reformer here, I'm gonna have a little speak with you, because this is minutes from our house. So yay! Who knows? Maybe once I'm down here, I can be somewhere in that world.
I know
again.
you were angsting because you saw the Pilates equipment.
Yes. Where are you going?
I'm gonna pump up the new $59 paddleboard we got on Black Friday? No, is that what it is? Yeah. See how it works.
Oh, is it working?
Kinda.
All right, looks like you're getting somewhere. We might have ourselves transportation. All right, so that is almost too light. I think he's got a glorified air mattress.
We'll see if it comes back in pots.
Yeah, you might be carrying it in a bundle on the way back. We should go down the river.
Yeah, I don't the alligator.
All right, we got the market. Yep, walking through the market.
I feel a little out of place.
Yeah, you think?
Wait until I get to the vendors. But...
Ah, that'll be fun.
El círculo se cierra y el trabajo en tierra. Qué difícil es vivir en esta casa.
All right, well, so far, pretty light.
Only one person said, "Oh my goodness."
Oh, well. Any crocodile sightings?
I don't see any. The water's pretty clean, but I don't see any crocodiles, so that's
All
good.
right, well, that might be your place to put in. If
And the
that's the
surface
case.
not too bad either.
Yeah. We'll see.
Beware of wildlife. What is that, I wonder?
Yeah, so I'm sure if a crocodile bites that, it's gonna pop.
Bites me, I'll pop.
Yeah. I don't know how that thing didn't pop. It is light. It is super light, but it worked. All right. Sliding the fin.
Sliding the one fin.
One fin.
Usually these have 3. This has 1.
All right, good
Because
luck.
again, it was $59.95.
All right, here. We actually made it.
Nothing like the Melicon from a kayak. How cool is that? All right, so here I am. I'm about an hour paddle away from Puerto Vallarta. And kind of cool, actually. I made actually really good progress. So we'll see how things go. It's beautiful here. One thing I'm a little nervous about, though, and I don't know, it's the first ever I've seen a shark fin pop up. A real live shark fin. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep my legs in a little bit. At least I get past this area. People have a funny look when you're bringing a paddleboard up through the stores and stuff. I didn't want to take videos of them, but I took a picture of this guy. Kind of represents sort of the feeling when you have a kayak and you're taking it downtown. Highly recommend a paddleboard if you do come down here. This is the end of an era. we had this massive pickle jar from Costco. We then took the rest of it, put it in this little jar, and this is the last pickle. Yeah, and of course we bought a new big jar of pickles, but I had to give a ceremonial goodbye to our last pickle jar, right? The last pickle. It took like a year and a half, maybe.
Yes. Well.
Yeah. So anyway, then we went to a Gen X party, and that was a lot of fun. We went there. It was, you know, obviously they had some like, you know, video games that we were playing a little bit of.
I just beat the out of you.
You did.
Street Fighter.
I had no idea what I was doing. Go figure.
They had a Christmas tree out of 12-pack of beer. That was nice.
That was an idea for next year.
Oh, and then afterwards, Ada got some ice cream as per usual. That was nice.
That was good. We got a banana,
that's right.
It was a banana split.
A banana split.
Yeah.
That was really good. That was pretty
really
awesome.
good.
And then we walked around, and this is probably the only part we're going to show of really Christmas stuff. But we walked down. They had a huge Christmas tree lit up. They had Santas everywhere. It was a good old time in the Melicon, as it usually is.
I have to say, you know, we've been here for several Christmases,
Yes.
but I don't think I've ever seen it this lit up. We're inside. Woo! Inside the ornament. There's our train. Espresso Polar. I don't know if I'm gonna sit on his lap. I think it might break his lap. Many Santas. This one you can sit on his lap. And one thing that's a little different this year, of course they've got the awesome lights on the plaza there, but I feel like last year they had kind of more of the booths here, but that might have been more during the first 12 days of December. So anyways, it's still really, really festive.
Check out Las Brazzas on the Isla Cuale. My dad is probably there. We'll put up a picture of him. So if you see this guy, say hello.
And by the way, Las Brazzas has really good strong margaritas.
Strong margaritas, which is kind of scary for my dad.
And really tasty food, super affordable.
Yes.
So it's definitely his favorite little water hole now.
Yeah, and then they're having plays. They took part of the Isla and they were showing
at the
plays, which was
Cultural
really
Center.
cool. At the Cultural Center, which was really cool.
5 o'clock in the morning. We got going on out there, Ada.
What time is it?
5 a.m.
Across the. When Mexicans celebrate Christmas versus when maybe in the United States we would celebrate Christmas. So in the United States, it's all about wake up in the morning early and get your presents. Well, guess what? The Mexicans are just going to sleep because they have been partying all night. So almost directly at midnight, that's when you hear the booms, the bangs. The church has what they refer to as the Jesus bombs from the church. That basically are going off, and all night long. I mean, all night long.
The bombs go off, then the music starts.
The music starts, yes. But then there was music there. But there, I have never heard so many bangs, and there was guns. I mean, there was gunshot. There was everything going on. There was a lot of.
It was crazy,
and I think. And it was very peaceful on Christmas Day because I think everybody was recovering.
Later Christmas Day.
We have a little chaos going on out here.
Let's see what I did this morning. I did your TRX class.
Yes.
I went for a run.
Yes.
I did all kinds of gardening upstairs. Kind of
Yes.
cut down what you started.
Uh-huh.
Planted moved a bunch of pots.
Uh-huh.
Power washed the upstairs, and of course the power washing upstairs. I got all the cushions dirty. As you all know, as I'm kind of transitioning to my next stage of life, is I'm working with Ada. I've been doing some of her TRX classes, right?
You did
Not bad.
one.
I did one, and then another TRX sometimes, but maybe two. Okay.
I don't know.
But I do
He's
run.
done one.
I do run. I do lift when I'm not here, and I tried to figure out a way where I could get more like weight type lifting here. And so Ada bought these big rubber bands, like huge rubber bands, to maybe put on you to help you kind of an aided pull up or something, because I can maybe do one pull up if I'm lucky, maybe. So that you can do many more. But then I started thinking, you've got these other things here with like sailing blocks and line and stuff. Let me make my own little exercise machine, and it worked out pretty well.
It actually is quite interesting. We'll have to work on your form a little bit, but that's
Yes.
not my job.
Yes. Building the roads. That's crazy. Mirador. I did go on a Mirador hike, and I didn't show any pictures of that. But one of the things I did notice is they're doing a major construction. They started that earlier this summer, but they're building out a road. So there's a lot of jackhammering going on there. You can still get up the Mirador, but it's quite an experience as they're digging out the side of the mountain. And then lastly, we will leave you with an interview with my father. I don't know how to set this up.
You can't.
You can't. But it is good that if you're our age, Gen X in your 50s, and you've got parents and you're wondering, can I bring them down to Puerto Vallarta? My father is 84 years old. He is relatively able to walk and stuff. He's a little bit of a rabble rouser, or I don't know. He makes life difficult for me.
He likes to poke the bear.
He likes to poke us. But anyway, he comes down here, and like I said, he's pretty much cranking by himself, and I'm really enjoying it. And we don't live in like a nice flat area, as you may know. We live up on a hill. He walks cobblestone streets. He goes and does everything by himself a lot of the times. And so anyway, here's my interview with him, in case you would like to, try to get your, elderly family down here at some point. Although he would argue that he's elderly, but he's 84 years old.
Yes. Well, anyways, so enjoy that, and hope you guys join our Facebook group if you haven't already, Living Simply in Mexico. Stefan's posting more on Living Simply in Mex on
Yes.
TikTok.
Yes.
If TikTok still continues to be
I'm
around.
I'm actually posting on both of those just because it's kind of fun just to kind of show you like right in the now. Usually I post things right when they're happening, and so do check out Living Simply in Mex on TikTok as well as our Facebook group. I usually post both. So look forward to seeing you. If you do see us over the high season here, people ask us. We've met quite a number of people. In fact, I was running the other day on the Malecon, and someone raises his hand, and I walk by and give him a high five. How cool is that? That is so fun. So we actually love people coming up to us and saying hello. So if you do see us, come and say hello. If you do see my dad, especially at Las Brazzas, do say hello and give him heck for me because he deserves it. And I guess that's it. Probably won't put out a video until after the New Year, so happy New Year to everybody. And that's it.
Enjoy.
Take care, everybody. All right.
Fire away.
Fire away.
Fire away.
So I put the camera in front of my dad here to see what he has to think about Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta is really a cool place, a neat mixture of people. I don't have statistics on this, so this is just my unofficial take on the matter, but just surveying, I see a lot more Canadians here than I do U.S. people, despite the fact the population of the United States is much bigger. And I think part of that, of course, is the cold winters in Canada, but yet if you take the people that live in Canadian-type winters, probably equals the population of Canada, could be. But I think U.S. people are kind of fearful about leaving comfort zones and maybe travel much more than 200 miles from home, within their safe radius of comfort. comfort zone. I posted.
So how far do you travel when you're here?
Not very far.
Where do you go?
I go down to what do I call it? The watering hole.
Yeah, Las Brazzas in the Isla Cuale.
And I meet a lot of people and lie to them a lot, and they lie to me. And again, I would say the Canadians down there are probably far under the U.S. people, but yeah,
You're kind of fixated on Canadians.
But yeah. Well, that's because every time I went somewhere in the summer where it's warm, I see far more Canadians than I do U.S. people.
In the summertime or the wintertime?
Or in the wintertime, excuse me.
All right, so let's see what else. So you're 84 years old.
That's older than dirt.
Yes. So coming down here at 84, did you have any hesitancy at all?
No, except old bones.
Old bones, like fall hazards and stuff? Or
No, just old bones.
what do you mean by that?
Old bones.
Are people friendly?
Aching joints.
Are people friendly?
Oh yeah, people. Everyone's friendly. Wherever you go, people are friendly.
Yeah.
It's just people make other people unfriendly because they don't want to interact with them. Yeah, you know.
So this is.
I heard some ugly U.S. tourists say that, "Oh my God, these people don't even speak English here." So
You didn't hear that. You didn't hear
yeah, I
that.
did.
No.
Honest to God, I have.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. Well, that was in Europe. But anyway.
That was in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were in Europe?
I really don't have any connections anymore, but I would like to.
1970.
I won't even say it's so long ago.
So
It was after Columbus.
so Americans aren't bad here. He's kind of conflating 1970 with now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they were really stupid then.
You're an American or
Yeah,
U.S.
kind
U.S. citizen.
Well, U.S. citizen, yeah, not an American. We're all Americans.
That's true.
I'll get on my little rant here.
Okay, please rant.
U.S. people are so self-centered that they refer to the United States as America when we have two hemispheres of Americans.
Yeah.
And I think some of them kind of resent that superior attitude U.S. people hold, but maybe not even. Well, maybe we're typified. Maybe we're typified.
How's your Spanish then?
My Spanish sucks.
Why?
Gracias, por favor, baño. Those are a few words I know.
Can you get around okay?
Oh, I get around okay. Joints hurt, but I get along okay. They don't hurt that bad. I take a lot of Tylenol.
So what do you do when you're here?
I'm reading a book right now.
Okay, and
I'm going down to the watering hole.
what do you do at the watering hole?
Oh,
What's your daily activity at the watering hole?
Oh, my daily activities, I sit down, then I maybe have a Corona. Then maybe I'll have another Corona. And then maybe, if I'm living on the edge, I'll have a margarita. And then maybe kind of a soft substance, a pina colada. Then I'll have a bite to eat.
And
Yeah.
what do you eat down there?
Oh,
What's your favorite food here in Puerto Vallarta?
this is terrible because when you get old, you get set in your ways, and you don't do anything different.
Right.
And so down there, my favorite food is about 3 different types of shrimp prepared in different ways, and their shrimp here is fantastic. Geez, their shrimp seems the size of lobsters. That's an exaggeration.
How about safety for an old guy?
Say what?
Safety for an
What's
old guy.
that? How do you spell it? Safety? Hell, it's safe here.
Safer than
Oh,
you?
I tell you, I would rather I'd rather walk around Puerto Vallarta alone at night with poor street lights, and I would rather walk around Oakland, California with good street lights at night.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Oh yeah. That's an easy choice.
Actually, my hometown Pittsburgh is a relatively safe place, but the same would apply to Pittsburgh only.
Pittsburgh, California.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, California, and to a far lesser degree.
Okay. What else? So we talked about safety. We talked about your food. We talked about going around. How do people treat you down here?
Oh, they treat me really good, but again, I make a special effort to be extremely outgoing and also sometimes a little inappropriate.
How? Should I ask that?
What?
Should I ask how you're inappropriate?
No, I don't know. I'm not that inappropriate. I guess that's probably an exaggeration.
Do people drink too much down here?
No, they don't. They don't drink enough.
Do you drink too much down here?
No, I don't drink enough either.
Yeah, he took out my tequila bar.
Yeah, oh, that's one thing that's changed. Though I used to drink Jose Cuervo tequila, that you buy in the United States, and it kind of reminds me of, God, I don't know, some kind of chemical concoction you find at the bottom of the sink. But
So you like the better stuff?
But yeah, the better stuff is really good. I love Scotch, but their tequila matches good Scotch, only in a different way.
Got it.
It's not as peaty.
Got it. How about the streets? Walking the streets and the traffic
The streets,
and the cobblestones.
Cobblestone streets, cobblestone sidewalks. I'm getting more of a humpback because I look at my feet more than I do back in the States.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't want to fall down.
And have people come up and said hi to you randomly?
Oh yeah, mostly eye contact. Mostly
Eye contact?
Yeah.
Like what do you mean eye contact?
Well, just eye contact, a smile or whatever. I think that's probably more important than a verbal greeting. Though verbal greeting's fine too.
Oh, that's good. That's good. What do you like? What do you like most about Puerto Vallarta?
Weather in the wintertime, for
Yeah.
sure. I like the mixture of people. But on the other hand, I'm very happy with my home area, the Bay Area, because there too is probably I'm going to exaggerate a little bit, but I would say the whole Bay Area, there is the greatest mixture of people. There is no majority in almost all of the Bay Area.
But these people don't care about the San Francisco Bay Area.
well,
and you talk about Americans.
They're pretty homogeneous.
You talk about Americans saying the word, or U.S. people talking about America.
Yeah.
But you got to realize there's other Bay Areas. This is the Banderas Bay Area.
Oh yeah, there's the Banderas.
And that's the San Francisco Bay Area.
I'm sorry, I meant the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah.
Did I not say that?
No, you said Bay Area, assuming that's the only bay.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess maybe being a little ethnocentric there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I
Just
apologize.
saying.
Shall we stop this recording and start all over again, and then I'll be specific and mention the San Francisco?
Nope, you only get one take.
Oh, okay. Well,
Anything else?
WTF, that's the way it goes.
What other comments do you have?
On the weather, it's kind of weird because when I got here for, I'm going to say 3 weeks for sure, maybe a little less, I found it very humid.
Humid?
But not uncomfortable because the heat was comfortable. But the last few days, either I'm adjusting to it or I believe the humidity is really low.
Yeah,
Is it just my imagination?
It does change. It does change.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It is. In fact, it's actually cool.
Yeah. Hey, what did you think about Audra taking you around?
Say what? Oh, Audra. Have you ever seen Audra in the film? She's very photogenic, a tremendous person, funny, lives on the edge, great person.
She took you to a massage place, right?
I went to a massage place, yeah.
How was that?
Oh, that was fun, yeah. I mean, it's cheap too. I guess another thing that
Where was that? Was that Boca de Tomatlán or?
All I know is it's about a 20-minute Uber drive.
Okay.
Or cab, I can't remember what we did.
Got it. Now, if you were a person in their 80s coming down here, what would you suggest for that person to do or be, or what key insights do you have for like an octogenarian coming down to Puerto Vallarta?
Well, probably bring Viagra. Well, you have to be inappropriate.
I'm not going to follow up that question. Not going to do it. If you were a person my age and you're bringing down your parent or parents, what would you recommend that's not that?
Oh, I probably, well, I'd recommend that too, but probably to send them out on their own and tell them not to trip over the cobblestone.
Yeah?
And, I hate swinging bridges. Hell, I've lived on a boat for how many years? Damn near 30 years.
You're still living on a boat.
And I'm still living on, well, not right now.
Right.
And they got these swinging bridges. You'd think that'd be a piece of cake for me living on a boat, but it ain't.
No?
Geez,
Would you recommend someone in their 70s and 80s and 90s to retire here?
Oh yeah, I would recommend it highly. From what I understand, I don't know. This is not factual. This is
Right.
just not even an observation. But I think healthcare, for example, is good here for a very fraction of the cost of the United
But
States.
it's cash pay unless you have health insurance, travel health
or
insurance.
you can have
local.
health insurance too.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that
Medicare doesn't really
I
work.
noted.
No.
Strangely enough, Medicare supplement. Some of it picks up out-of-country costs, but you pay cash and get reimbursed. Now, how that works, I don't know.
On a short-term basis.
Well, yeah. Now, I don't know about U.S. people living here permanently.
Yeah, that'll be different.
I'll tell you, it's tough on Canadians living here permanently because they have to return back to Canada every 6 months to be able to remain their full status in their national health care system. And I think part of the reason, this is thinking now, this is not fact.
Right.
In fact, it may be just made up.
Yeah, you're good at that.
But I'm good at doing that. I think a lot of Canadians that are down here, that's crazy.
That's a nice little motorcycle, huh?
Yeah. I think Canadians, when they go back to Canada, they have to, I think there's certain preemptive things they have to do periodically.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Canada, but I know for a fact this is true with Germans. When they're out of the country, if they don't go back and have certain preemptive tests,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what's the male dysfunction? They always worry about cancer.
Prostate?
Prostate.
Yeah.
Pap smears, mammograms, things like that. I think in Germany, if they don't do that periodically, then if they get it and they haven't done the proper preventative screening, then they might end up paying a whole hunk of their health care if it goes south.
Yeah.
That's what I understand. I know I ran into here a few years ago a German couple that was in Southern California. They were WAPs without papers, and they had to go back simply because they were traveling here. They were free-spirited and elderly, and just made their way around doing handyman work. And then they said, well, we got to go back because we don't want to lose our healthcare status should something go wrong without doing the preemptive test. Of course, in the United States, that's all foreign language. American people, U.S. people don't understand that stuff.
So the other question is, what about? So you obviously live on a boat. You still take your boat out by yourself in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Even thinking about bringing it down here, but that a very small percentage chance.
Now, why would you want to do that?
Well, several reasons. I guess because it would be a last hurrah. It would be a challenge. It would be a lot of fun, and maybe a little scary at times.
But please
but
don't.
on the flip side is I love the Bay. I love the San Francisco Bay Area so much, and I have a lot of friends there. Actually there are more cruising opportunities.
Yeah.
In the San Francisco Bay Area. But the water's prettier here.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
And
you'd bring a crew with you? You'd have people help you bring.
Well,
the
I'll
boat
tell
down.
you, it might even make. I know latitude 38's for sailors, but I think if an old bastard like me would single-handed down, I think it would make latitude 38.
Who doesn't know Spanish that has a powerboat? No.
Yeah,
No.
But if you smile a lot, it works.
No. You're crazy.
That's true. In fact, my dockmates say that too.
Yeah. But what I would say though is if you were down here full time, I'd actually like that because as you get older, you're 84. When you're 94, and you may need some help at that point. It's much easier for caretaking down here.
Oh, that sucks because I hate houses. I hate apartments. I hate condos. I hate townhouses. the only thing worth living on is a boat. I love that. And going into an old folks facilities, I'd rather be dead.
But this house is okay.
No, it's for a time it's nice in warm weather, but it's still a house.
All right, I'm done. Do you have any other thing to say? Anything else to say?
Oh, nothing that makes sense.
Clearly. All right.
Okay, people, glad to meet you.
Any other words of wisdom for folks that watch our YouTube channel?
Oh my God, this is on YouTube? I don't know. I don't know. You got 7,000 followers.
It's a little over 6,000.
No, that's
not that many.
That's what one person I said check it out, and they said 7.
No, but it's a small group. A lot of primarily in Puerto Vallarta, which that's why you get to see.
You know, Puerto Vallarta. I'll tell you this about Puerto Vallarta. I don't know how many YouTubers are middle U.S. connected. Are there quite a few?
I don't know. I was born there.
No, but are quite a few of your followers?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. Canadians, U.S. primarily.
So Puerto Vallarta roughly is the size of Lincoln, Nebraska. You know, both kind of smallish, middle-sized towns or cities. And, but here, the feeling is not so much that. The feeling is that it's more like a village.
Yeah.
A small town.
Yeah, you see everybody.
I mean,
yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's weird. It's like a town of 4,000 or something.
That's true.
In fact, I met more people here than I did 30 years in Atlantic. Other than kids.
You know what I think that is a lot of people don't have cars, and so they're usually walking, and they're walking in their neighborhoods, and so you see those same people every day. I think that may be it.
Well, bring your car down because it'll give the local mechanics and body people and everything else a job, and anything to stimulate jobs is good.
All right. Anything else?
Especially suspension work on cars.
That's true. That's true. That's it. Anything else?
No, that's all.
All right. There you got it. From my dad, Francis.
Bye-bye.